Massive Metro. The Takeover with Thembi.
So Thembi Takeover at Massive Metro. I'm not alone. I am sitting with beautiful Dr. Tlaleng Mofokeng, and she is right here to educate us more about being open and talking about our sexuality and talking about things that we go through. And in Ekimujwesa not so long ago that, you know, the way we were raised, there's certain things or information, but they were so uncomfortable to share with us. I could say, and the answer that we always share is like, it's also because of the way they were also raised by our great parents that, you know, talking about mele kapa busadi kapa having to talk about relationship was just the most uncomfortable thing. I wonder why. And then a little about tolang bana by 10 by 20 kisa understand homaning ba sa khono ho bua le bana ba bona, but that time is over because we are so blessed to have people like you, Dr. Tlaleng ba leng hore it's a phone call away or social media as well, that you can just send a message if we are going through something. And I was even saying that hona le mabitso a mangata a sekgowa a leng hore rona batho ba batho a re understand mabitso ana, a re understand hore sometimes when you go through something, how would you explain it? Or how would you tell somebody, say, I am going through this thing? Why hole jwalo hore hona le mabitso tshwana le bo transgender and we can't a re kgone hlalosa ka setho sa rona?
It's so true, because even in medicine we struggle a lot. I mean, with just even like the most common medical terminologies or processes. So it really speaks to Dabaya language development. Just today, actually, I know that you're having the conversation ka language and terms. A colleague of mine was writing an article about abortion and giving information to people, and she did it in isiXhosa. And it took her so long because she needed input from so many different people to translate certain words. Certain words, they sound harsh and they have a negative meaning just by default of the way it has been termed or translated. So it's very hard to find sex-positive terminology. It's very hard to find terminology affirming for what you are going through. So if you speak about transgender, for example, a lot of it, you know, speaks to something being wrong if the words exist. I mean, transgender, because a lot of the words are very derogatory. So, and we don't use those words. So, medicine itself, it's lacking in terms of language development and inclusivity. And you would think, being in Africa in the 21st century,
you know, these things, they will
all
be
of these.
Absolutely.
And then the question then is, people are asking for help. So if you how are clinic,
what do you say?
Ukalakai.
Because having to break it down, ke mathata.
And then you feeling
but if
this,
we just had one word and say, I'm going through this, you don't have to explain how. Okay, Dr. Tlaleng, re-explain the way please explain to us, what is transgender?
Okay, transgender is a person that feels what they look at in the mirror doesn't match yena hore o feel hore ke mang, and how hore, let's say nna ke Tlaleng ha ke sheba in the mirror ke bona ausi, right? Everything ka nna le wena ha o nsheba Thembi o bona ausi, le the way ke apereng o bona ausi, the way ke buang o bona ausi, right? But o thole hore Tlaleng, with everything that we've said and agreed to now, ha nna ke itsheba, ha nna ke ipona, I don't feel bo ausi bo, ke feel something else completely different. And then for some people, because you know life isn't black and white, ausi o abuti, right? But when it comes to gender or gender orientation or sexual identities, there is more than just black and white. There's more than just ausi abuti. But because of the way sexuality and gender, everything is political, right? Our bodies are political. The way you talk, I mean, you know, the school kids who are still protesting about the hair. I mean, something as simple as how your hair grows, and then people suddenly think, onale attitude, why are you guys protesting today? Why is your hair in an afro? And you think, but my hair naturally grows out in an afro. How is that translating to protest action? You know, so even exactly. So how we look, how you walk, how you talk, already is a statement, and people judge you based on that. And therefore, habana hula, or all of us hula. In fact, no one said to Thembi, ungwanyana, and every day, every morning, right? It didn't happen. But there's a certain modeling that you saw from people that you felt that you could emulate or model, right? And it was probably your mom, your aunt, and all of that. And that's how a lot of these identities are formed. A lot of it, how this is about to ban transgender, right? Or someone ordering like but what they are feeling inside is something else. So they're feeling what they could be a man,
yes.
Or some people, what we call them non-binaries, non-gender binaries. So ha bana le box mo ma welang ko teng ke motho and that's it. Ha ke ngwanyana, ha ke abuti, ha ke ausi, ha ke anything. I'm just a human being.
Yes.
And that's how they are. And by pizza non-gender binary.
Wow.
Only on Massive Metro.